And we're live. Hey, Joey, bag of donuts. You're gonna give him my message, see? Tell him Godfather wishes him a happy Father's Day. And remember, you do it with a grin, capiche?
Sure thing, Godfather. Anything for you. You know I always deliver, except when it's cannolis. Those, I just can't help myself.
Theresa the Red, always hitting the sauce and digging up Mandela effect residue. What sort of historical breadcrumbs you find this time, eh?
Sharp as ever, Godfather. I found a trail leading to plastic. I love Lucy episode. Clearly, Ricky Ricardo's got some splaining to do.
Hey, good hunting, Theresa. Keep up the good work. Jeff, the jokester, my good fella. How's the operation?
Everything's good to go, boss. The new show is a hit. And the rewinds, like clockwork. Or was it fast forwards? The Mandela effect's got me all twisted.
Now that's the ticket. Keep your eyes on the ball. We need more brains like yours, and more of those cannolis. Anita, the anchor, you're my rock in this crazy sea. Give me the report.
Hey, all quiet on the front, boss. Just how we like it. You two's got a little noisy, but we put them all in their place. Had them all duped. The Mandela effect was, you should have heard the answers, because everyone is affected.
Well, we've sorted out this reality mess, making reality an offer it can't refuse. Now you've heard it straight from the Godfather, straight from the horse's mouth. Let's cheer for a reality reshuffling lively Father's Day show. And if anyone tries to mess with our show, forget about it.
Hold it, boss. Stop the toast.
Hey, easy there, Sandy. You're the seeker, remember? But what's this? You're running like the feds are on your tail. Spill it. What's shaking up the joint?
Boss, I can't. It's a mess. The man's excuses are everywhere. They're taking over the streets.
Unbelievable. Those Mandelas think they can run wild on Father's Day? Not in my reality. Yo, Jeff, I need you to take care of this. What are you going to do about it?
I'm gonna put those Mandelas in line. I'm gonna whack them into the Flickr.
Excellent. Are there any more ideas to make this Father's Day show even better?
Yeah, I got one. Live from the Orion Spur. It's Saturday night.
Hey guys, good evening and welcome to my exciting channel. We're discussing Mandela effects and the like. Thanks for joining me today as we uncover the mysteries of the Mandela effect itself and find out the true meaning of it all. We must discover what is really happening, what is really going on here, to change these things that we know and hold dear to us. And let us help others discover the meaning of the Mandela effect and how it affects them and the price of milk. Thank you.
No, I don't take. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Hey everybody, welcome to our great and wonderful Father's Day show. Glad you could all join us. And for all the fathers out there, happy Father's Day. We got a few birthdays to mention. Let me go ahead and get that up here. So birthdays, June 15th was Clare Pascar, how do you, Pascarsiak? I can't pronounce that correctly, forgive me, but happy birthday. June 18th, we got Jeff Zanzibar, who's with us right now. So be sure to wish him a happy birthday. Happy birthday, Jeff.
Thanks, Brian.
You're welcome. June 25th, Nick Dougherty, June 27th, Pat Grutzbach. And June 29th, Damian Alston. So happy birthday to all you folks that are mentioned. And if keep in mind if we missed anything also, happy birthday to you all. All right, we got a few folks here in the chat. We got 25 listening at this time. We've got, let's see, Colin's here. Welcome, Colin. Sandy's here. Sandy will be here in just shortly. We're just waiting until she finishes with the Flickr, right?
Yeah.
All right. Angels Don't Fall is here. Noise Guru. Hey, Noise Guru. Jency's here. Dean's here. Dean Johnson. Pushing Buttons. Analog Lime's here. Hey Jeff, I got to tell you that was a great performance, and you played two parts there. That was awesome.
Thanks, Brian. You did good too.
Thanks. Let's see. Ryu Gamin Mikado is here. Teresa's here. Theresa the Red is out there. Yeah. Yeah. Mustard Seed of Faith. Artsy 909. Brian Feldman. Welcome. All right. Looks like we got mostly everybody. Shelby's here. Shelby Norwood says, happy birthday, Jeff, and all.
Thank you, Shelby.
High Pockets is here. All right. Tobin's here. All right. Yeah, looks like we got mostly, everybody's here. So let's go on to our first. This is the part of the show where we talk about Mandela reality residue hunters and some interesting stuff that is shared in Theresa Lynch's group. So let's go ahead and present that. All right. So our first one tonight, Theresa posts here, in Futurama, do you remember the girl with purple hair? Or I guess it's, what do you remember the girl with purple hair and one eye being called? Was it Leela or Lela or something else? So A, B, or C in the chat. Anybody? Okay, so please vote A, B, or C in the chat. All right, we got B says Lela, which is B. Pushing Buttons says A. Jency says C. Shelby says A. Let's see, Diana Oddman says B. All right, so it looks like we're pretty much split with A and B at this time. Theresa says A and B. So which one is it? Let's see. All right, so scrolling down here, it's Taranga Leela. That's Leela. And she's a spaceship captain, pilot, and head of all aviation services on board the Planet Express ship. But I guess she's showing residues here, so let me see if I can flip through some of these. It's going to be a little bit hard to zoom in on these. Right. Okay, this one you can get. You guys should be able to see this one. It says Lela, Futurama.
The pronunciation is the same. It's just the spelling that's in question.
The spelling's different. Yeah. What do you remember,
It's
Jeff?
Leela. It's always been Leela. but
Yeah,
the
Leela,
spelling
not
was a
Lela.
little off for some people.
So are you affected by this one, Jeff?
No, I remember it the current way.
All right.
Still having that echo issue, Brian.
Can you guys hear me clearly? Please tell me that you can hear me clearly.
You're clear, but I still have the echo.
Did you have that echo when you joined, or no?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I don't like it when there's echoes. I'm sorry. I'm sorry you're dealing with that.
Yeah, it's
Hey,
weird
Stan-
because it was on my phone and on my iPad.
Let me see if I can edit your mic
Oh,
settings.
listen, guys, no, it's not the mic. It's that. What are you watching it on, Jeff?
iPad.
Turn your volume off on the iPad. I've been saying it in the comments, but you're not doing it.
I'm actually on the StreamYard on the iPad because the phone was echoing as well.
Oh, okay, then turn the volume off on your phone.
I did.
It's all the way off?
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense.
No, it
Because I'm
doesn't.
echoing now too. I'm not, I just came in to say that. I'm not done yet. Hi everyone, happy Father's Day. I'll see you soon. Bye guys.
Thank you, Sandy. You guys probably see the little picture there of me. That's me and Evie right there. But yeah, Theresa Lynch posted here. Hang on. Where'd you get? Are you guys there? Can you hear me? Jeff?
Yeah, can hear you just fine.
Yeah, Sandy dropped off.
She just came in to talk about the echo. She's not ready yet.
Okay, no problem. So Theresa in the group posted, when do you remember Father's Day falling on? And we had like a poll here that was taken, whether it was the second Sunday of June, the third Sunday of June, or something else. What do you guys remember? Now, Jeff, this Father's Day seems to occur around your birthday. Is that right?
Yeah, sometimes on my birthday, like this year.
So for you, you're not really affected by this one, right?
No, this has happened before with it falling on the same day.
Yeah, I seem to remember it was the third Sunday of June as well. But, you know, and most people, there's like 66% of people remember the third Sunday of June in the group. But this is why we have this, so we can either confirm or determine if it's a Mandela effect or not. Because a Mandela effect, by definition, is when a mass number of people remember something different. If it's just a few people, it's not necessarily maybe a Mandela effect, you know. But yeah, this is a good example right here. Let's see, what's next? Got just about 5 more to present here from Theresa's group. And by the way, if you would like to join the Mandela Reality Residue Hunters, you're welcome to. It's on Facebook. Just search for it, and be sure to answer all the questions. All right. So Theresa Lynch posted. Now this is huge, guys. I remember Juju fruits. I'm sure a lot of you guys remember Juju fruits for this candy.
Not me.
Theresa, what?
Not me.
You don't remember the candy?
I don't remember it as Juju fruits. No, it's always been Juju fruits for me.
Well, Theresa was at CVS the other day and noticed the tag below the candy was spelled the way she remembered it. So it says Jujy right here, Jujy fruits. But when you look at the price sticker, it says Juju fruits. Did they mean to do that, or was that a screw up? I don't know.
Probably just a screw up. I never heard that one before.
Great residue, though. All right. Chris Anatra posted here. He says, is it just me, or does our liver suddenly seem much bigger than it was, including a past ME, where it had already grown in size? Now it stretches across both rib cages. Did we wake up in new bodies this morning? Bigger liver means more capabilities to filter out toxins. What do you guys remember? Was the liver always this big? I mean, look at it. It stretches across.
I don't remember it being that big.
No.
This one I am affected by.
You know, they were saying, you remember a couple years ago they detected a new body part, and it was called the mesentery, or the mesentery or something. And that it was related to the stomach. It was an additional tube or pathway that was leading to the stomach. But yeah, any of you guys out there who have studied anatomy, and have you noticed this? Is this a change for you? Please tell me in the chat. Mandanimal says the liver was smaller. Theresa says it looks off. Yeah, I agree, Theresa. It does look off. And we already know the kidneys have moved a little bit higher. Brian says he remembers it 3/4 that size. Jency says, I never learned the human body. Yep, liver looks huge. Yeah. Yeah, it was definitely smaller in my past. I don't remember it being divided into 2 equal pieces. Here is what it looks like. It looks like it's almost 2 equal pieces. I remember it kind of, I don't know if can you see my mouse cursor?
Yeah.
It seemed like it was over here somewhere. Like it was probably about a fourth less. Probably about 3/4. Okay? So yeah, it definitely looks off to me. Does it look off to you, Jeff?
Yeah, it does.
I'll have to ask my sister about that one. She's a doctor. My sister is a doctor. You guys heard that. I'll have to ask her. All right. What's the next one here? Okay. The next one was sent in from Antony Rogers. Just seen this on my news feed, and it looks to me that plane engines are even more forward from the wings than ever before, or than before. And when whoever found this ME, they were forward. The engines were forward in front of the wings, but now it seems they're much more. Like now they're just hanging on now. You guys see that? Look
That looks ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's not what they were. Not even close.
No, they were about level with the wing. I mean, it looks like they're going to snap off.
Yeah. They're like barely on there now.
Do you guys remember that? I don't.
I remember them directly under the wing.
Yeah, same here. They just look so wrong to me. Yeah, probably the most famous, or not the most famous, I would say the most widely used airplane, isn't it? The Boeing 747. And if you look at that, that's even changed.
Didn't that used to be Residue?
Which one, the Boeing?
Yeah, now it's changed.
I think so. Let me look it up.
I know there was one plane where it still looked the way we remembered it.
Here's the Boeing 747. No, it looks like it's got the engines facing forward as well. You guys see that? I mean, they're just like I said, it looks like they're just hanging off the edge. I don't know. It's a mystery. That one gets me every time, you know.
Yeah, that's a big one.
So, Theresa found me some beautiful residue for Sweet Dreams Are Made of These. I found that one. It was Sweet Dreams Are Made of These, and now it's Sweet Dreams Are Made of This, which totally doesn't make sense. Even though she says these, it's this. But you can kind of you can hear her saying this now, can't you, Jeff?
She
Sweet
says
dreams.
this, but it sounds like it could be these. Like she says it in a really weird way. She says like this. Like I don't know how to do it, but it's really weird.
Yeah. But there's residue here. Sweet Dreams Are Made of these. Brian Stavely is planning a meet and greet at this place, and look what's on the wall. The song says this. When you listen to it, what do you hear? This or these? You guys see that? Sweet Dreams Are Made of These is what it says right there on the wall.
I actually noticed that change in 2001.
Really?
Yeah, that was one of the first ones I really noticed. Not the first one, but one of the first.
Valerie here says, it still sounds like these to me. I just listened to the official video. All the words around it rhyme with these, but the closed captions say this. So weird. Yeah, I agree with that one.
Another thing that's weird is the Marilyn Manson version keeps changing from these to this and back and forth in the title and in the song.
That's bizarre.
Yeah. It used to be Residue and now it's not.
Yeah, it used to be Residue.
Now
Now
it
you're saying-
changed.
You telling
Again.
me it's this?
Yeah. And it used to say these, like as recently as last year when I looked. And then I looked again, and it changed to this.
All right, can you guys see the screen here? So Theresa also found some residue. She was excited here. We are the champions of the world, in exclamation points. The whole huge crowd with thousands of people actually sang it, including the end part. Congratulations goes to the Golden Knights, Las Vegas, for winning the Stanley Cup. She's excited about Las Vegas doing well with the Stanley Cup. We're proud of our Golden Knights. And here, all the people are singing, "We are the champions." I don't know how much of this I can play, but I will try to play a little bit of it where we can get the world part, maybe. You guys heard that, right? They said "of the world" at the very end. And everyone knows that song is Mandela left and right, That song is Mandela big time. So yeah, good residue, Theresa. Way to go on all that. I think we've got time to do maybe a couple rewinds before Sandy gets here. So let's see if we can jump right in to doing a couple of rewinds for you guys. Let me just get into Flickr. Yeah, Jeff, you got any good jokes?
Not off the top of my head right now, no.
I'm just trying to delay some time. So, did you know that the mafia decided to get into online crime to keep up to date? They just launched a new app. It's called Pay Up Pal. You gotta love it. I love a good joke every now and again. I'm trying to find a good one here, Jeff. Let's talk about this one here from Karen Meloeny. Karen Meloeny, sorry. About these stones. All right. So Karen just learned of a stone that has always been in her state, and it's mine as well, but I've never heard of these either. Have you guys ever heard of pudding stone? Anyone? And keep in mind, this is one that we've already presented before. This is a rewind. Also called pudding stone or plum pudding stone. It's a conglomerate of smooth pebbles, some broken in half, that are brightly colored and stand out against the sand or cement mixture that holds them together. Pudding stones are found all over the world, and some types even have their own names, like the Jasper conglomerate pudding stone found in Ontario, Canada, and the northern states of the USA. Unlike man-made pathways and streets that can look exactly like pudding stone, actual pudding stone occurs naturally and with distinctly different colors and sediments, depending on the location. You guys see that? It's definitely interesting. Here's the man-made walkways and roads that mimic pudding stone for comparison. Okay, there's that, and look at this. Do you recall these stones looking like this and occurring naturally? Have you ever heard of this stone before? Because if you haven't, there's a great chance you have one native in your area in this reality. Some of these kind of look like fruitcakes, don't they?
Yeah. Yeah, they're weird. I've never seen those.
And the thing is, they occur naturally. That is weird. All right, let's see. Let's find a good rewind. I'm looking for another one, guys. Bear with me here, sorry. There's so many, you know? We've covered so much.
Sandy's backstage.
Okay. That's good news.
I figured, why?
Hey, Sandy.
Jeff, mute up. I figured why. No, I'm still echoing. Guess what, Brian? You're the problem. Do me a favor, Brian. You mute, Jeff unmute. Sorry, guys. Oh, problem fixed. Brian, you have the show playing in the background somewhere. Either on your laptop, your phone, somewhere. Turn the volume off.
I'm not.
You are. 100%. You're not hearing an echo. Jeff, are you hearing an echo?
Yep.
How about now?
The
Is that better?
Let's see. Yes,
Yeah.
it is. You fixed it. The whole show's been echoed because you were playing something. Oh gosh, sorry guys. I promise you the skit would sound so much better without the echo.
Well,
But,
I turned. There's this function in here in the settings called echo cancellation. I turned that on.
Okay, good. But now
Okay.
the skit, maybe we should play it at the end too because it was all echo. It was horrible. But anyway, I can look for a couple rewinds while you do the new stuff if you want. And Jeff, you don't have to stay muted now. You're fine. It was Brian.
Sorry, guys.
It's okay.
All right. So where are we?
Well, there's only 4 new folders because I had to do a video this week. But the 4 folders are great. I think so.
Yeah, I think
And
last time we left off with Bewitched.
We did.
This is another one by Clare and Meloeny.
It is.
She finds a lot of them.
She does.
All right. Who wants to read?
I'm looking for a couple rewinds, so you guys do the reading.
Jeff, you want to read it?
Yeah. Credit Karen Meloeny. And old Mandela has some new residue and possibly a new reality memory. Please spell the name of this candy the way you remember it. J blank Y fruits.
I thought we just went over this one. It seems
Yeah.
like, yeah.
Yeah, because of Theresa, but this is different. Just keep it going. It is an old one, but what I'm asking isn't old, so just read the chat, Brian.
Okay. Oh, thanks, Dean. He put in something about an echo from the Bible. That's awesome. Jelly fruits. General Sorrow says jelly. Jency says it changed. Philofire. Is it Philofire or Philofire? I forget. Philofire, sorry. Yeah, bunch of emojis there. Oiler Greg, hello everyone. Hey Oiler Greg, welcome. Yeah, pushing buttons 62 says Jujubees. I remember Jujubees. Jency says juicy fruits. John Donna says Jujy.
Yeah, Jujubees and Jujy fruits, 2 different things. Maybe people just got it mixed up.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
Or is that the man's excuse?
No, it's always been Jujy fruits.
For you.
I mean, Sandy witnessed as I took a reality update earlier when she was talking about something, right, Sandy? Are we? Should I even mention it, or are we going to discuss it later?
No, we're discussing.
Okay, then I'll wait till later. I was in the middle of taking an update, I guess. All right, so this is foreign to Gen C. Can you go ahead and go on? Can we go on to the next slide then, Sandy?
Yeah, you may. And I'm going to go to my chat. I sent you 3 rewinds to do.
It was Jujubees, and now it's Jujubes.
Yes, it is Juju.
Yeah,
That's another old Mandela. Yeah.
that's a definite
It
change.
was
right there.
Jujubees. Come on.
The old Mandela with this candy spelling is many remember Juju fruits because it was spelled like the other candy made by the same company, Jujubees, which is also Mandela. It's Jujubes now.
No, it was Jujubees. I noticed that change a while back too.
I know, right, Jency? I'd answer since no one was talking.
They've always been Juji fruits in this reality, but I'm covering this again because Karen remembers these candies having a different name.
Oh, that's so sweet. Jency says there's no show without Sandy. Oh,
Yeah, thank you,
True.
Sandy, for taking the time to put this all together.
it's no problem. I enjoy it.
She doesn't remember Juji fruits or Juju fruits. These candies were called juicy fruits in her past. That's a gum, though. Does anyone remember these as juicy fruits?
Juicy fruit is the gum. It's 2 words. She remembers 1 word, juicy fruits.
Interesting.
That is interesting. I remember Juicy Fruit was the gum, in my opinion. But that's okay. You know, that's what we're here. We're trying to see if you guys remember, any of you remember Juicy Fruits or whatever you remember. I think I am taking that update, Jeff. Honestly, I think I do remember Juji Fruits now.
That's what it is now, though.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. I think I took an update.
So you remember Juju fruits?
It was Juju, but now I'm. It's like it's flickering in my mind, Jujy, and that's the way it should be, I guess.
You're either taking an update or having a dual memory.
Yeah.
I'm kind of having a dual memory on it, though. Hey, whatever happened to the dollar candies? They're like $2 now.
They don't exist, Brian.
Theresa wanted to share this brand new residue she saw on CBS this week of Juju fruits, too.
Theresa does remember Juju fruits.
Does she remember? You say she remembers Juju Fruits or she doesn't?
Theresa does, but Karen remembers this, juicy fruits. There wasn't a lot of residue, but there was some. Oh, and the Juju fruits is on the top. Residue, Juju.
Yeah. Now let me ask you something, Sandy. Since you hunt for residue, does the amount of residue get less and less over time for certain things, or does it get more?
No, it's just random. And if I look a year from now, I may find more residue that wasn't there before.
Yeah.
That's why I do rewinds, especially ones that didn't have graphics. Because sometimes you find all new stuff.
I have to tell you guys, I went and saw The Flash. I don't want to give too much of it away, but in that movie, I noticed 2 different Mandelas in there. Because, The Flash visits different timelines or whatever. And in the timeline that he was in, it was weird because it showed Looney Tunes with the TOONS on a computer screen. On someone's computer screen, it said Looney Tunes, the way we remember it. And what was the other thing, Sandy, that I mentioned?
What a sync, Brian. You don't even know because I didn't tell you everything. Anyway, the other one that we mentioned, I don't know. Whatever I talk to you about, Brian, it's either this week or next week. So I don't know. I'm going to be talking about it either this week or next week.
Oh, you made a note about it?
No, but I'm saying when I talked to you today, it was about something I have a folder of. So it's
Okay.
either something I did tonight or for next week.
Okay. Yeah, but anyway, the main one I remember was Looney Tunes, but there was one other one that in the Flash. Oh, yes, I remember now. The Eric Stoltz plays Marty McFly in that timeline. So, in my opinion, the writers of this film, they they know about the Mandela effect, and they were somehow slipping it in there for people, like, giving us Mandela affected people a little
Easter egg.
yes, Easter eggs. Thank you.
Hey, Suso. Hi, Violet.
Yeah, I just wanted to share that with you guys. The movie The Flash is definitely worth seeing. I don't want to give it away, so you have to go watch it if you can.
There's so many
Moving
people
on.
on the chat. I think did you do a shout out tonight?
I did some shout outs. You want to do some more? We can do some more shout outs.
I just got here, so yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Sandy, and when you got here, I think our viewers like almost doubled. We got like 37 now.
Oh wow.
Super Mario Brothers 3 is here.
Yes. I could see in my chat.
Suso's here. What? Suso's here.
I just said hi to Suso. John Nada's here. Ryogami's here. Mandela, RT909.
Sandy, didn't Suso write a book on the Emmy?
I think Suso wrote a book, yeah.
Suso, didn't you write a book on the Emmy?
General Sorrow, pushing buttons.
Gen C, my thoughts exactly. Susu Studio.
Noise Guru. I'm scrolling up. Joe Bloor's here. I don't know. Let's see. Hot Pockets is here. Was Analog Lime here, or is that in your chat? I thought you said Analog Lime, but I don't see it.
You don't see Analog Lime?
No, not seeing Analog Lime. I'm also not seeing Brian's chat. So hi, everyone in Brian's chat. I know Dean's there because Brian mentioned Dean. Hey, Mustard Seed of Faith.
Noise Guru says, I want candy. We love Sandy.
Oh.
File of Fire says, hello. Hey, Joe.
Oh, there's Analog. Is Eddie Vine here?
I can't for the life of me remember where I got Joey Bag of Donuts from, but it's kind of stuck with the whole Godfather theme for the show.
Okay, so as many of you know, I grew up in South Jersey, New Jersey, for those of you in England, because there's an island, South Jersey. Due to my location, I found something that I believe I should have heard of before, but it's completely new to me. I've never heard of it. This is an AI-generated image, guys. It's not real. Have you ever heard of Manhattan Henge? And if yes, in what year did you learn of it?
You're telling me there's a Stonehenge in New York?
I'm saying there's a Manhattan Henge, and I'm asking if you've ever heard of it.
No.
Brian, you got to read the chat because you can only see both of them.
Well, I thought you were asking me. No, never.
I am asking you, but I also need you to look at the
Gen
chat.
C says never. Pushing Buttons says not a chance. Brian says no, LOL. Jency says you're kidding me, right? It didn't exist. No. Jency, wow, Jency popped out like 5 chats all at the same time. It didn't exist. Never.
Noise Guru says yes, 2012.
uh,
John Nada says 10 to 15 years ago. No, I haven't pushed a button.
Jency says I'm freaking out again. Google doesn't mention it. It mentions something else for Manhattan Henge.
I have played The Sopranos opening theme in my car.
Pushing Button says, "Hey Sandy, did you ever play The Sopranos opening in your ear, song in your ear?"
That's why I'm still laughing.
But what? So what was the opening in The Sopranos?
The theme song.
What?
They're talking about the theme song to the show.
Yeah, see, we didn't have HBO back in the day when they had The Sopranos on there, but now it's on there.
Suso says my book is being re-edited, coming to theaters near you soon. That's awesome, Suso. Congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations, Suso.
You want to go to the next slide?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Well, I've never heard of it. I believe you guys hearing it in 2012, 10 to 15 years ago. That's fine. I've never heard of this until this year. Yet it draws crowds of thousands to New York City 2 times every year. It isn't a thing, Jency. Around the winter equinox sunrise and summer equinox sunset every year, the sun perfectly aligns in Manhattan, and thousands block streets, bridges, and climb buildings to get a perfect photo of the sun in between the buildings. Have you ever heard of this?
No.
I have no idea. There's even a website dedicated to the places to view Manhattan Henge from New York City and New Jersey, including times and dates, which are updated every year.
Well, speaking of this, Sandy, I have something else to share with you guys. It's kind of related to this with the sun.
Mm-hmm. What's that, Brian?
I was going to wait till after you were done telling everyone about this.
All right. This has been viewed for decades, but its popularity and its nickname began in 2001 when Neil deGrasse Tyson, I'm tired, first used the term. Over 20 years of Manhattan Henge, and I've never heard of this. Have you?
Not my reality.
Or mine.
Jeff's was closer to New York than I was.
Yeah, I would have heard of this.
Jesse says, not mine either. Never happened. Yes, Philly. Well, for me, Philly's. Oh, I live 7 minutes from where I grew up, and it's only 7 minutes because there's like a mile-long bridge over the Delaware River.
But I do have a question, guys. What color is our sun? Is it white, yellow, or orange? I can never tell.
That's because you're seeing it through the sky. The actual star, the sun, is white. It used to be yellow.
I see it as all 3, but mostly white.
But again, you're seeing it. You see colors, like the sky filters it. That's why it looks red at night when in the sunset sometimes. It looked red in the smoke. The thing is, yeah, the star itself used to be yellow and
Yeah,
now it's white.
it is
So
weird. It's weird that it looks like a flat disc. Like it looks like it's perfectly flat. It's like our eyes deceiving us or something. You can't even look at it the right way. But they sell those special glasses that let you view the sun, and we are going to be having another full eclipse. You guys might want to check into that. April 8th next year. Make your plans now if you want to go see it. It's supposed to cross over like Texas, and it ain't gonna go. It's gonna go through Texas, right, Jeff? I think it's gonna go through like the top left part of Tennessee, Arkansas, and Missouri. If you go to Missouri, you'll get a great view, I'm sure. That's what I was going to tell you about, Sandy. The eclipse coming,
gotcha.
April 8th. Mark your calendar, guys.
Do you want to stop the new ones really quick and go do the 3 rewinds, then come back to the new ones?
Which rewinds?
I sent you 3 rewinds. I figured Father's Day, men like food, so 2 of them were food. And the third one is just a good one that I have to do a rewind on because it was before graphics. But it's
Okay.
a good one.
Well, guys, help me out here. I need some suggestions for places to eat to take my dad for Father's Day.
Oh, come on. You got to go to Cracker Barrel.
What?
Cracker Barrel.
Why? Why Cracker Barrel?
Because it's a great place to go. It's good
Well,
food and a store. And your mom will be happy because it's a store.
so you wouldn't consider Logan's or something like that?
I don't know what Logan's is.
It's a steakhouse, right?
Yeah, it's a steakhouse.
Not here.
They have those here in Texas.
No, we just have Longhorn and Outback.
Longhorn's the best.
Yeah, Longhorn is one of the better ones.
John
That's
Otis
the
said
one I go
Taco
to.
Bell.
What about Texas Roadhouse? You have Texas Roadhouse there, Jeff?
He didn't
Yeah,
hear.
that's my second favorite next to Longhorn.
But Longhorn better for you? Okay,
Yeah.
I got some suggestions here from the chat, you guys. So, Outback, Steakhouse, Texas Roadhouse,
Taco Bell.
anywhere with house. Noise Guru, thank you, Noise Guru. So, Super Mario Brothers Theory, did you see that? Jeff Zanzibar working title for Ghostbusters 3 in the 90s was Ghostbusters Hellbent, where they end up in a Manhattan version of Manhattan, New York.
Manhattan.
Manhattan. I don't recall that, do you?
No.
I only remember 2 Ghostbusters movies, aside from the more modern one where there's, like the 4 girls, 4 women,
No.
I mean.
I don't think that was made.
Well,
No,
there was another Ghostbusters movie more recently.
Unfortunately.
Afterlife.
Not that. You're not talking about the 2016 one. You're talking about a newer one, right?
There's one Afterlife movie.
That one I heard was good.
It was
I
really
just haven't
good.
seen it.
But the one before that with all the women was not.
Jeff, you want to read this one?
Yeah.
This one upsets me.
All right. The jingle for Popeye's Chicken has 100% changed for me. Please fill in the blank. Love that chicken, blank Popeyes.
All right, Brian, you're on duty for the chat.
I remember Love That Chicken from Popeyes.
Okay, but read the chat.
Okay.
Because when I covered this before, it was about, I'd say 50-50. And it's already looking like it's 50-50. All right.
We see some ats. We see Pushing Button says from. High Pockets from. RT909 says at. Jency says was.
Jency is forgiven because Jency's not in the U.S.
Brian says, "Love that chicken from Popeyes." So what do you, Sandy? What do you remember?
Well, it's on the next slide. What I remember. I don't remember what you remember though, but I do remember what the chat remembers.
So
It's
for
Jeff.
Go ahead, Jeff.
For Sandy, this jingle was always "Love that chicken at Popeyes," but it's always been from Popeyes.
Always at for me.
It was from for me. I'm not really
Me
affected,
too.
I guess, by this one. What about you, Jeff?
From.
So I want you to take note. When you get to the residue, how much there is. That's all. I'm not saying you took an update, but I think you might have. That's all. That's all I'm saying. You might have. Or you just weren't from my reality where I heard it as at all the time. Like
Yeah,
these
the
people.
second one.
Well, see, here's the thing. I think I've talked about this before on the show. I seem to remember Popeyes being something like Popeye the Sailor Man related to him. However, I don't think it is. It's
not.
It's like your eyes popping from the chicken being so darn good.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw a meme recently where a woman was calling it Pope Yes.
In fact, do you guys remember? I think it was during COVID. Do you guys remember the chicken sandwich wars that happened?
Yes.
And
I remember
Popeyes,
Theresa having to go to Popeyes to get the chicken sandwich and try
you had
it.
to wait.
I
You had to
remember.
wait. You had to wait 3 hours in line just to get a Popeye sandwich.
And now no one cares.
I know.
But I want to try the Grimace milkshake.
How much longer are they going to have that? Because it's going to go away soon, isn't it?
Yeah, it's going to go away. And if it doesn't do well enough, it'll probably never come back.
Like, the McRib, they keep taking that away, and then they bring it back. They take it away, and they bring it back.
There's a good video by the food theorists about why that happens. It's all about money, Brian.
You mean just with McDonald's or most restaurants?
No, well, just with McDonald's and the McRib. I mean, there's a ton of residue, guys.
This is making me want a Popeye's chicken sandwich right now.
Well, I'm sorry.
Thanks, Andy.
I won't eat chicken as a sandwich. I don't eat sandwiches anyway.
You don't eat the bread?
No, I don't like the bread.
I'm trying to move away from eating bread because it's got gluten in it most cases. And since Theresa kind of hit me to the fact that she's lost so much weight just avoiding gluten, I'm kind of trying to go that route,
All right, Brian, you can read this one.
Okay, so have you guys ever heard of purple peanuts? Sandy says she's never heard or seen purple peanuts before.
Like naturally not dyed. I've seen like the red pistachios. They're dyed. These are real. I mean, you may have seen it before because I presented it in 2020. But
yeah, this is another rewind, guys, right? Yeah, we got one more to do after this one. But Carolina Black are peanuts with a light purple to black skin. You guys see those varieties there? I've only heard of just the standard peanuts. Jungle peanuts have a swirled white and violet skin.
I've never seen this stuff before. Before I found this, I'd never seen these before.
Now, are these all North Carolina, or is it different states? Sandy?
What are you talking about?
Like, it mentions Carolina.
No, that was just the name of that peanut.
Oh, okay. thought they were from North Carolina or South Carolina. So, organic jungle peanuts directly from the Amazon. Check it out how swirly they are and everything. They almost look like peppermints. Texas red and white are new to me too. What do you guys think about that one? Is that an ME for you? Have you guys ever heard of these peanuts here?
Jeff, have you ever heard of Texas red and white peanuts?
Nope.
Okay, checking. High Pockets, that was not nice.
Hey, which is the restaurant they let you break up peanuts and crush them on the floor? Is that at Longhorn?
Wait a minute. I agree with High Pockets.
That was Outback. Stop it, Jeff.
Wait, what did High Pocket say?
Nothing that you can put on the screen.
No.
Oh no. Let me see.
So now we're just waiting for Brian to read.
I'm trying to see where is it?
How far up is it? Let's just say High Pocket said that they've seen another color of nuts, but not purple. I'm not gonna say the other color. Use your brain, Brian, and pull up the next presentation.
Oh. I can't, Sandy. I'm pulling your. I can't.
Okay. All right, guys. This one's a pre-graphics. It's when I just started doing the graphics. We got like 2 slides and then just images. So, yes, this is a yes or no in the chat. Do you remember an alternate USA motto besides "In God We Trust"? Yes or no in the chat. And if you saw this before, answer what you originally answered. And Jeff and Brian, do you remember there being an alternate motto?
No.
No.
All right, Brian, you're on chat duty.
Brian Feldman says yes. We got it. He says "E pluribus unum."
Okay, I'm not talking about that one, so
It's
that's
a different
okay.
one. It's not the "E pluribus unum."
Yep, not that one.
Jency says we trust in God and God we trust. High Pocket says no. Jonah R. Games says no. File of Fire says the devil.
It's a liberal motto.
All right, we can go. No one knows it, and I know some of you have seen this before. And Philo, you've seen this. Okay, so I've never heard "In God Is Our Trust." Has anyone ever heard of "In God Is Our Trust"? Now, I covered this so long ago. Hopefully some of the pictures show.
Hey, we got a few shock folks out here.
That doesn't even sound like proper English.
I know. Yeah, what? Exactly, Brian. Exactly.
Suso says nope. And guys, feel free if you are absolutely shocked by any of these MEs, go ahead and put whatever you're saying in all caps, so we know like that's really extreme. How you feel?
Yeah, yell at us. Okay, so first of all, check out the red bar residue and the stars on top of the shield. But in the bottom, if you can zoom in, Brian, it says, "In God is our trust." And this be to our motto, "In God is our trust."
Whoa there, Tiger.
Can you see that?
Yes, we can. Yeah, you should hit the 2 arrows and just block out the background or make it bigger. But and this be our motto, "In God is our trust." Yes, I did cover it on Scarab Super Mario Brothers. Very good memory. Yay. The Star Spangled Banner and This Be Our Motto, In God Is Our Trust, the fourth verse, which encapsulates our nation's Christian heritage. So you're going to keep singing it over and over again. And this be our motto, in God is our trust, from the Star Spangled Banner. Again, it's the fourth verse of the Star
Oh,
Spangled Banner.
you
We
mean
all
the
just know the
first?
first.
You talking about the fourth stanza?
Yeah.
Yeah, but they only taught us the first stanza in school.
I know. But okay, so here it's right on. It's like a coffee mug. In God is our trust. Some sort of postcard with some. I don't know if it's 12:1 or 1:21. In God is our trust. It's everywhere. I've never seen it. Prior to finding this, I'd never heard it. Look, Brian, I highlighted with yellow. That's how old this one is.
Wow, you went to the trouble of digging way deep on these.
Yes, it is.
When did you start doing the Flickr?
Wait, go back to that pink stamp. Zoom in on Florida. That's an old stamp. Look at the broken letters. Look at R. That is
Oh yeah,
broken.
yeah. You talking about the top? Okay, I was looking on
That's
the
a
circle.
1945 stamp.
You guys see that? Sandy found another one, a Mandela within a Mandela. Look at the broken R.
Check out the cent symbol on the 3 too. In the corner, left corner.
Yeah, there's no Jeff. Look at that.
That looks so stupid.
The line is
It
like going
does.
through the sea. No, no,
It
it
looks
went.
like a sickle, is what it looks like.
It does.
That's not a cent? No, that is supposed to be. Well, yes, that's supposed to be a cent. So Salmon P. Chase, Treasury Secretary, scribes, in God is our trust, scratches out is our, and overwrites we, to arrive at in God we trust, in a December 9th, 1863 letter to James Pollock, director of the Philadelphia Mint. At the last minute, he changed it for our coinage to in God we trust.
At the last minute, he changed it. No, that sounds like a man's excuse alert.
Yes, it does. Sounds like a man's excuse alert. Good job, Brian. So this is somebody actually, well, that previous meme was somebody actually using the motto now like they've always known it. This is inside a church. Oh, no, this is not a church. Sorry, guys. This is a Masonic temple.
Wow, 4 cents for a stamp.
No line. That's one of the things I have a folder that I plan on covering. I'm noticing the missing lines, the lines being off. Sense, something's wrong with the sense. There's no sense with the sense. I have a whole folder on it, but I know it's going to bore you to death. But I got to cover it because I'm seeing weird stuff like that. It was on one of the versions of the flag, too. This is why I make the slides. That took forever to look at the residue. Well, that wasn't even residue. That's the reality. Okay, now we can go back to the last two new ones, or the last, how many's left? One or two? It's just one, right?
I think just one, but I'm not sure.
Okay, is Eddie Von Keen here? Did you see Eddie Von Keen in your chat, Brian?
Not sure. Actually, we have 2 more to do.
2 more to do. Okay, because I have one from Eddie Von Keen tonight with a little help from John Nada. Jeff, you're up.
Our birds are acting very strange in this reality. First, it was owls sleeping on their faces.
That's
I love those
awful.
pictures.
That didn't even look real. It looks like a stuffed animal owl.
It is an owl.
Yes or no? Now, have you ever heard of birds sunbathing?
So wait, guys. Apparently there's people in the chat who did not catch my presentation on owls sleeping on their stomachs, face down. That's a thing. Google it. It's fun to look at. Okay, now answer the question, please. Yes or no in the chat. Brian, you're on chat duty.
General Sorrow, those birds, yes. John, okay.
Let me say, not in that way. Push a button.
Push a button says yeah, bird baths.
Not in that way. Hannity is in the chat. Oh wait, going back up, Raya Gaming says, "In God We Trust" is a Hillsong title.
Brian Feldman
Hello.
says only lizards and stuff.
I don't think they understand. I think we can go on because there's a second parter to this.
I'm not talking about perched in the sun or on wires, roofs, trees, etc. I'm asking if you remember this. Birds literally lying on the ground, looking like they are dead, to sun their feathers. Is this new behavior for you too? Because apparently they've always done this.
Do you guys remember birds just plopping on the ground like this, sunning their feathers? Anybody?
No.
They're just chilling.
They're just chilling.
It helps.
I can't.
It helps keep their feathers healthy and vermin free. Some larger birds, like the heron, go a step further, literally turning their wings out so it reflects the sun like human sunbathing reflectors.
Anybody ever seen a heron do this?
No, never.
Right, John Nada? John Nada says this should be in every bird watching book ever.
Right?
Watch it be there now. Watch it be there.
All right. Sandy was going to cover this next week for the start of summer, but Dixie Phillips posted it in the Facebook group 333. So I decided to do it sooner. Or she decided to do it sooner.
Sorry for the rude person who thought I wanted to hear his music outside.
This has got to be brand new, Sandy.
I only found it about a week ago, and then
they
Dixie
look like
posted
they're
it.
dead.
Dixie posted it yesterday, so I think it is new. They look like they're dead. They're sunbathing. I don't get it. Look at these pictures. I can't.
That's so weird.
Yeah, like when kids pretend to be dead, General Sorrow. Exactly. I love the one on the bottom right. They built a little thing for them to lay on in the sun so that they could do that. Oh my God, I can't. The gray one.
Look at his face.
Now there are Blue Jays and Cardinals in my mom's backyard at my mom's house, and she has huge picture windows, and I would sit there and just look at the birds and the squirrels. I've never seen that
Hey,
ever,
Sandy,
ever.
what is the New York State bird? Do you know?
I have no idea. I
Do
don't
you
know
know?
what my state. I don't know what the state bird, flower, or anything for my state is. For any state, for that matter. I know one's got to be cornflower, one's got to be rose, one's got to be daisy and lily, but I can't tell you which ones.
All right, I'll read this one. This
Yeah.
is credit goes to Eddie Von Keen and Sandy Second Change. During last week's show, Eddie mentioned a change that he noticed in the chat. The next day, John Nada left a comment about the change Eddie wrote in the chat.
Which let us hear.
So I had Sandy noticed the change as well, but for a different reason, but kept ignoring it for some reason. She believes this has changed 3 to 5 times in total, and I'm curious what everyone remembers.
Hold on. It's like one of those ones where you see it, you know something's wrong, but you just go about your day and forget about it. And this happened to me like 6 times because of the place thing. You know what I'm saying? Go on.
So here's the thing.
Don't say it. Don't say it. Don't
Can't
say
say
it.
it.
Can't say it. Guys, you can read it. ANH blank SER. It's multiple letters there. Dash. You can say Bush. So Bush. How do you spell Bush? I want to know what you remember, not what you've seen recently. What do you remember?
I know it. Sandy.
Don't answer. Read the chat, Brian. You can answer before we go to the next slide. Read the chat first. Please. Pretty please.
Gen C says Anheuser Busch and Bush BUSCH.
Hold on a second. Pushing buttons. Hershey has a special place in my heart. Please don't.
Hershey. Wait, Sandy. Hershey has a special place in my heart too. Only it's. I kind of got stung by a wasp there, so that memory kind of hurts thinking about it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Okay. More answers?
Brian Feldman, you see that? Says ANNHEISER. Anheuser.
Okay. Anheuser-Busch, like Busch Gardens. Okay.
So we're having.
There's a lot of answers. You're going way too slow. You're missing them.
Okay, I'll just flash them up on the screen, guys.
Just read, Brian.
Okay, Noise Guru says Bush. File of Fire says Bush, BUSCH. I think that's the part we can mostly agree on here.
Yeah, I want to know more about the first word then, if everybody's agreeing to Bush with the C.
Yeah, let's just figure out the first word, because the second word, I think we all got it.
Pushing, I'm kidding. You don't have to say sorry, it's okay.
So, Joe Martinez says Anheuser.
Mm-hmm.
I know what it is, though. I'm pretty sure, unless it changed.
Well, there's another question. That's why I don't want you to talk yet, Brian.
I mean, I actually went to Germany. I was there for 2 years.
Okay, but wait, because I'm going the next question. Let's go to the next question, since they're mostly saying the same thing.
Okay, now that you've spelled it, how you remember, please spell it how you think it's spelled now.
Do not look it up. I want you to spell it how you think it's spelled right now. If you still think it's spelled the way you spelled it before, that's fine. Write it again. I want to know how you think it's spelled right now. Do not look it up, please. I don't care if you misspell it. It's okay. I just want you to spell it how you think it's spelled.
Oh. The Brian Feldman, ANNHEUSER dash Bush.
Okay. Just more the first part, Jency. Ah, there you go.
Ryogami Mikado, Ann Heiser. Couple of folks here. Well, 3 of you guys are saying Ann Heiser. 4. Fire insists 2 N's on Ann Heiser.
Ah, and Philo also says or AU. Question mark?
Can I put what I remember?
What do you remember, Brian? Is it going to show up as me? Are you writing it?
No, that's what I remember. Ann Hooser Bush. It's like ANHEUSER dash BUSH, and I would be really shocked if it was anything different.
Okay, here's the thing. As we all know, there was a Bud Light controversy. And I saw a different way for more than a week. And I still thought it was that different way. Until today. Jeff, back me up here. Jeff was on the phone with me when I saw the change. I was like freaking out. I'm like, oh my gosh.
And I've seen it 3 different ways.
I have to. Now. So we're going to go on.
No, it can't be. No.
Brian, just read. Brian, just read.
Okay, Eddie and then John Nada in my comments remember Ann Heiser Bush. Some of you may remember it this way, while some may remember Bush without the C. So
I don't. Hold on. I want to say I don't remember it not having a C. I just included residue, just in case you don't remember the C.
Right, but do you think Eddie may have gotten it backwards here, or is it seriously HUE? Is that what it is now?
No, Brian, it isn't. He just probably got it backwards, or he remembers it that way. Keep going.
Okay. I also remember Ann Heiser Bush, but the strange part is when I noticed this change, not only did I ignore it repeatedly during the Bud Light controversy, but the current spelling at that time is no longer the current spelling today. Now, I didn't mention the dash. There is a dash with the Ann Heiser Bush you put here, Sandy.
Yes.
So I watched a ton of videos on YouTube about the Dylan Bud Light boycott. While watching, I thought it was strange that everyone called it Anheuser, while it was spelled Anheuser.
Hauser. Anheuser. I kept seeing Anheuser everywhere. And I'm like, that's weird. Why is it Anheuser? It was Anheuser. They were saying Anheuser, but it was Anheuser everywhere I looked. So I was in a reality where it was Anheuser. Does anybody remember Anheuser? Anybody? Because
it was Anheuser.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying, Brian, that I was in a reality at least for a week where it was Anheuser, HAU. At least a week or two. Until today, I still thought it was HAU. And I'm like, that's weird, because it was always Heiser for me. It was always like Budweiser, always. And then it's the way you remember it. You can calm down, Brian.
No, Sandy, here's the problem. I must have gotten an update, because now I do remember the Anheuser, like you said.
Oh, no.
The HAU.
What's the chat saying, Brian, on your chat? Because I can read mine.
Most everyone is remembering Anheuser. Anheuser.
Right.
HEI is what most people are saying. So how could it possibly be that everyone is getting it wrong here, unless it changed? So yeah, Sandy,
Yeah.
I'm having a breakdown here.
I did too. Trust me. I did too. Oh, I was so upset. Right,
Oh
Jeff?
man,
Jeff, you were there.
why did you have to introduce the HAU to me now? Now I'm remembering it that way.
I'm so sorry, but that's what I saw for a week or two with the whole Dylan Mulvaney thing.
It
I
was
kept seeing Anheuser everywhere.
I know everybody pronounces it Anheuser-Busch.
They do pronounce it
Like
Anheuser.
you ask anyone how they pronounce Anheuser, it would be Anheuser-Busch.
Right.
But the question that I have
We're gonna.
for
It's
you,
on the next.
Sandy,
It's on the next slide, I'm sure.
Anheuser or Anhauser?
No, Anheuser. Trust me. I've heard it pronounced Hauser too. By people
So
who
here
didn't
is
know
the
how.
order of the Mandela changes believed took places over the decades. So we got Anheuser-Busch with one N. Number 2, Anheuser
No, number 1 is without the C.
without the C.
Number 2 is with the C. Number 3 is Hauser with the C. And number 4 is Huser with the C. And if you look at the top at the tweet, dated June 4th, 2023, the New York Post says Ann Huser, the person wrote Ann Hauser.
Wow.
And that's the time period that I was seeing Ann Hauser everywhere.
This is getting insane. Well, what? See, when you take an update,
It's upsetting.
I'm just in shock. I'm getting that deer in the headlights, right now. I'm in shock, Sandy. I really am. This one got to me.
Well, there's residue to make
But
you feel
based on
better.
the sheer amount of residue, I truly believe this has been Mandela multiple times over the course of the last century. And to those that say it's German pronunciation, I say that's a man's excuse. If it was just German pronunciation, Budweiser could have been spelled Budwoozer, wouldn't it? I also want to point out that the CH in Busch Beer was merged from 1979 until a logo redesign in 2006. And check out the logo for 55 through 78 when it was called Busch Bavarian Beer.
That's from 1955, guys. Look at that logo. The
No.
A's, IAN is merged. Eva and Ian.
Wait, it spells out avian.
It spells out Bavar. Oh, you mean Bavarian?
They're all connected somehow, the letters.
The AVAR is connected. Well, the V isn't. It's just the AAR. And then IAN is connected. So it's actually Aryan, which isn't good. Go ahead. And thanks, Jeff, for the newspaper residue.
But did you see? Nobody got it right. Nobody got the correct answer. That means it's a change. This is a definite Mandela effect here.
Mm-hmm.
I think we have a genuine Mandela effect. But Sandy here says, I've also got some residue of most past versions of Ann Hauser, the way the HEU with the Bush BUSH spelling. So if you remember no C, I have you covered too. So do you all think this has been Mandela? I 100% know this has changed for me. Now here's the thing. A lot of people know Anheuser-Busch because of Busch Gardens. That's the theme park. If you go in Florida, Or there's another park somewhere. I think it's along the coast of East Coast, maybe. There's like two or three Busch Gardens in the U.S.
Virginia. It's in Virginia, Williamsburg, and Orlando.
And when you go to the park, they let you sample beer from all around the world.
I didn't know that. I was there before I was 21.
Yeah.
I wasn't 21, Brian. I couldn't drink.
Okay.
I didn't know that. That's all.
Yeah, well, I just know that you could sample lots of beer there. But yeah, now the AHU, come to think of it, Sandy, looks weird to me. The AHU.
Doesn't it? Oh, thanks, John Nada. And thank you
No,
for reminding me to do it. I had a screenshot of the chat.
Sandy.
Your comment reminded me.
Sandy, it was Ann Hauser with the AU now. That's what I remember.
Yeah, the EU is wrong for me, 100%. But it was Heiser for me. It was definitely like Budweiser, 1,000% for me. But it was not Hugh. It was Ann Hauser. It was all over the place.
And guys, check out the CH in Busch beer. It's
Again,
merged.
1979 to 2006, guys.
No.
Yes.
Something's definitely going on with Busch beer. See, that's kind of what I'm wondering. Maybe these Emmys are pointing out to some of the
Mandela.
Well, yeah, the ones that are Mandela, like the logos, like maybe it has to do with maybe the company is not necessarily a good company to purchase from.
Maybe it's warning us, don't do business with these companies.
Yeah, it could be a warning.
Like they're marked.
Like most people don't know that Ford actually killed a bunch of people in it was a massacre. Did you guys ever hear that?
I have not.
Me either.
Henry Ford and his henchmen, basically, when they, and this may be one of those Mandela histories, because I don't remember ever hearing about Henry Ford murdering a bunch of people that protested. It was his workers that protested out in the streets, and he had a lot of them shot.
Yes, Jency, the car maker.
Yes,
and they
Henry Ford.
They did just recently go woke with their rainbow Raptor truck. It's actually gold and rainbow, like glitter gold.
Like you can look it up on different sites.
Okay, stay here though, because this is the only pink slide, Brian. This is Ann Hauser, which I kept seeing everywhere. This person is selling their salesman jacket, and they don't know how to spell Anheuser. They worked for Bush.
That looks like an OU. Anheuser with the OU on the bottom right.
It's just the handwriting.
Okay.
It's EU. That's why it's in red.
I'll have to ask my mom what she remembers and my dad, because we went to Busch Gardens and they were sampling the beer and everything.
And I'm sorry, Jeff?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Which, you said with these residues that we're looking at now, what's the oldest one and what's the newest one? What years?
It goes back to 1893, and it goes from there.
So Anheuser is 1893 to now.
Okay. Sandy, is this from newspapers.com?
Jeff?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Just saying, it may be helpful next time to know that if it's from like a source, if we could source it somehow. Like newspapers.com is a big one, you know.
Yeah, well, I did just want to let you know, I asked Jeff to specifically look for BUSH because I was having trouble finding residue of it. So that's why it's all BUSH. I am sure there would be Anheuser BUSCH if he had looked. But And
I
there
mean,
is
I
one
could-
right there in the top left. You see it? The
Yeah.
top left square, it's BUSCH.
I mean, I could believe that it could have been BUSH, you know?
Hmm.
I could believe that.
I can believe it too, but I don't remember it like that.
Residue for Anheuser, like you guys remember. Anheuser-Busch.
This one's hard to
Is it?
see, but
It had it totally had the hyphen, right?
yeah. I do remember the hyphens. It's two guys' names. It's like Ebenezer. I'm making the names up, but it was something weird like Ebenezer, Anheuser, and Jebediah Bush.
How about the Shoemaker Levy 9 that hit Jupiter?
No, check out the test at the top.
No, I'm talking about the comet that hit Jupiter. Remember?
Yeah, I know.
Shoemaker Levy 9.
And I remember pronounced Schumacher. And he never had a 9 for me, ever, ever, ever. So now we're at the Anheisers.
Yep. That should make some of you guys happy with that. There is residue.
There's a lot more residue, but I was late, so I didn't include it.
That's okay.
I'll add slides, and then if you guys want to check it out in Flickr after Curious's show.
Yeah. And
Or watch Curious's show, and you'll see the rest of the residue.
Yes, and I encourage you guys, if you have any doubts about the Ford business, I encourage you guys to do your research on that.
Oh, Philo, I got your email. I will get back to you. It's an old email. I just don't check email that often, and I had a lot going on. I was sick this week too. So I am going to respond. Oh, and you sent a picture? I can't see the picture. So if you can, look at your last email to me and send me the picture again, please. It doesn't load. Yes, Brian.
Sandy, how many subs are you up to now?
633.
Sandy's almost to 1,000, guys. Get the word out. Help Sandy get to 1,000 subs.
That's
She needs it.
not almost 1,000, but it's almost 700, we'll say.
Well, let's keep it going. We need to keep it going.
I got a new one tonight. I'll tell you who it is. Hold on. I'll say welcome to the new person. I think it's Tim Conway. I think.
Yeah, Sandy and Jeff, please post your YouTube links in the chat if you can, okay? So people can find you guys a little better.
Oh boy, I got a lot of notifications since that person subscribed. Yes, Brad Conway. Sorry, didn't mean to call you Tim. Brad Conway. Welcome. Thank you for subscribing. Is there anything else you guys want to talk about? You want to play the intro again, Brian, without the echo? Like as our exit, the intro?
Which intro?
The one that we played that was a big echoey mess? Instead of playing your outro, why don't you replay the intro is what I'm saying. Without the echo. Mute it up.
But which one? The Godfather, the whole thing?
Yes. Yeah. Play that as our exit.
Okay.
Have
Hey,
a good
Joey,
night, guys.
bag of donuts.
Happy
I'm gonna give
Father's
him my
Day.
message, see? Tell him Godfather wishes him a happy Father's Day. And remember, you do it with a grin, capiche?
Sure thing, Godfather. Anything for you. You know I always deliver, except when it's cannolis. Those, I just can't help myself.
Theresa the Red, always hitting the sauce and digging up Mandela effect residue. What sort of historical breadcrumbs you find this time, eh?
Sharp as ever, Godfather. I found a trail leading to Plastic. I love Lucy episode. Clearly, Ricky Ricardo's got some splaining to do.
Hey, good hunting, Theresa. Keep up the good work. Ah, Jeff, the jokester, my good fella. How's the operation?
Everything's good to go, boss. The new show is a hit. And the rewinds like clockwork. Or was it fast forwards? The Mandela effect's got me all twisted.
Now that's the ticket. Keep your eyes on the ball. We need more brains like yours and more of those cannolis. Ah, Anita, the anchor, you're my rock in this crazy sea. Give me the report.
Hey, all quiet on the front, boss. Just how we like it. You two's got a little noisy, but we put them all in their place. Had them all duped. The Mandela effect was, you should have heard the answers because everyone is affected.
Well, we've sorted out this reality mess, making reality an offer it can't refuse. Now you've heard it straight from the Godfather, straight from the horse's mouth. Let's cheer for a reality reshuffling lively Father's Day show. And if anyone tries to mess with our show, forget about it.
Hold it, boss. Stop the toast.
Hey, easy there, Sandy. You're the seeker, remember? But what's this? You're running like the feds are on your tail. Spill it. What's shaking up the joint?
Boss, I can't. It's a mess. The man's excuses are everywhere. They're taking over the streets.
Unbelievable. Those Mandelas think they can run wild on Father's Day? Not in my reality. Yo, Jeff, I need you to take care of this. What are you going to do about it?
I'm gonna put those Mandelas in line. I'm gonna whack them into the Flickr.
Excellent. Are there any more ideas to make this Father's Day show even better?
Yeah, I got one. Live from the Orion Spur. It's Saturday night.
Hey guys, good evening and welcome to my exciting channel. We're discussing Mandela effects and the like. Thanks for joining me today as we uncover the mysteries of the Mandela effect itself and find out the true meaning of it all. We must discover what is really happening, what is really going on here, to change these things that we know and hold dear to us. And let us help others discover the meaning of the Mandela effect and how it affects them and the price of milk. Thank you.
Slow up, no I don't take sh- I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Happy Father's Day, everyone. Have a great night. Jeff, Brian, you there?
Yeah, happy Father's Day. I was just saying it was muted. Hope you all have a wonderful Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day and good night, everyone.
Good
Night, everyone.